that's the case, it's just like she said, where was her child looking for stuff? On YouTube. I have a son, my son is like 100% accuracy on telling me what the next big wave of anything is. He told me about Twitter way before, when there were like 200,000 people on it. He told me about Facebook. He told me, and I'm saying, what's the next thing? Because I know you're going to be right. He's 21, but he really has an idea for this stuff. One of the things that he's talking about is they don't have cable on their TV. They went and they have an Xbox 360, they have a PS3, and they've got one whale of an internet connection. Okay? And they've got something with, who's the DVD? Netflix?
Yeah.
And he's got his 360 tied in with Netflix, and now they watch all the movies they could ever want. It's like having a blockbuster built into your computer. My point in mentioning that is that I pay $63 a month for my TV every month for both.
And all they're playing is Gremlins.
Yeah, pretty much right now. My point though is that there's a change coming with the internet where it's becoming more and more of what people watch. When you get a video, when you get an audio, when you get any media that's out there, you've got to find ways to push it out in front of the people that are listening. And one of the keys to that is, Darren, what you're going to share is keywords, isn't it? Because people type in all day long. How many searches a day are we running right now? Google is billion or million? I'm talking just about anything. Google's running millions, if not billions, of transactions or searches a day, right? Mm-hmm. And each of those are tied to what? A phrase, a word, or something like that. So everything that you do is to call attention to you for those people that are already of the mindset to be entertained by your information. It's a little different. In the old days of media, they put a TV show out there and hope to God somebody turned it on, right? I mean, in the 60s, we had, 4 channels, and they pulled Star Trek off after 3.5 years because it lost one thing of ranking, and they said, that's it, but how many things has that birthed? So today, we've got all these channels, we've got thousands of channels, and the attention span of the U.S. citizen is that of a goldfish. About 3 seconds. All right? So you have to find ways to tie your keywords to your videos. And you need to know what they're looking for. So there's a little bit of research now in what you're doing beyond just the fact that you get a video. You think about what you're going to say, and when you get in front of the camera, you look at the camera, you look right at the center of that thing, you get really good at focusing and not pulling your eyes away. Now that's not that easy, is it? Now you think, man, that's uncomfortable because he's just like right on. And it's not that. It has everything to do with being able to focus on the person that's watching, because when you're watching your video, if they're doing this, they feel like you're distracted, they get distracted, and they go on to the next video, don't they? So you have to focus on what you're going to say, in the sense, what they need to hear. And I said this last week for those of you here, but I really encourage you to think about the statement. When you get in front of a camera, think about what does the person that's going to view that image need to hear, not what you need to say. If you focus on what you need to say, your eyes are looking at you, and you're going to rip yourself apart. You're going to stumble over yourself. But would you guys be interested in a couple of keys for when you get into that position where you're in front of a camera? Okay? One of the keys is to first think about what they need to hear. Okay? And then don't be afraid to be a little more animated because they need to catch you. Okay? Look right at the camera, and And then a couple of other things that I was thinking about this weekend was, psych yourself up. Now, some of you might think that's kind of hoopla, but I would encourage you, for those of you that are a little bit apprehensive of doing any training, or doing any speaking, that you try this. Now, it'll sound really arrogant, but it's inside of your head, so who cares, right? You say things like, I'm great, this is going to go amazing. I am a great speaker, I'm a great speaker, I'm an amazing speaker. We're going to have fun. Now, what are you doing? You're beginning to crank your own energy up, and that shows up on camera. Does that make sense? How many of y'all have ever seen Brian Dodge? Okay, if you ever get the opportunity, watch the guy. He's better than 6 cups of coffee. But I have seen him. He's a human when he's over here with you. Hi, how's it going? Good to see you. You know? And then when he gets on stage, it's like somebody cranked this dial at the base of his back up about 9 notches. Because all of a sudden, it's not that he's wild. He's just intense. And he's all on. And you feel it into the room. You really catch the energy. Well, maybe you don't have to go that many cups of coffee.
Billy Mays kind of on.
Right. No, he's not
He's a
that.
good
He's
guy, yeah.
a really good on. What I'm saying, though, is that he's very intense, very focused, and it comes through. Well, on camera, we have to push a little bit to get us there. But so often we're afraid because we think we look stupid. Look, you'll actually look more stupid not pushing it a little bit than you will just going ahead and having some fun. Because most of us like to laugh. Good? Okay, so those are a couple of little keys. Psych yourself up. Now, one of the ways we can kind of demonstrate that here is how many of y'all know each other? I mean, who does not know anyone in the room? Very good. You two. You two will work together. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to take just a minute. We're going to turn you around, and I want you to get to know the other person enough that you can give them some sort of testimony. And that may seem a little odd, especially for 2 guys that don't know anything. But you would look at what he does and say, one of the biggest needs in our industry is tech guys. Because honestly, most of us don't know how to spell computer. We just we're a pusher, we're a user, not a pusher. Well, now we've got somebody who's a fixer. I'm so impressed. I'm so looking forward to getting to know what these guys can do for our business. Now, did you say anything other than, I've met this person, they seem pretty good, and what a great industry to be in?
What you said was, I feel your pain.
That's what you want to think in terms of when you're talking about somebody like when I introduced Jennifer Bagley on my TV show. I said, you know, this lady is a mortal in the internet industry because she really gets how to make you a celebrity online. Now, is that pushing a little bit? Yes. Is it true? Yes. I mean, if you know her, you go, yeah, the lady has a clue. So that's the kind of thing is you're actually, what I call it, pushing the truth to the extreme. Not a lie, no. But push it a little bit so that people go, really? Because you're saying something amazing. I love that when I talked about Bill, I did a testimonial for him a few years ago. And I said, Bill, you impressed the fire out of me. And the reason is that you're the most tenacious guy I know. You really will do what's right for another person's business. And that's what I want in my life, and that's who I want to associate with. Right?
Yeah.
So, so what I want you to do is just take a minute, air up, get to know enough where you can say something good about the other person. Now the method of the madness is, well, I'm not going to give you the method